gradually, taken into a society that works for the few, or works for the majority, I'm sorry, because, the Unity Party is in power, so they are the majority, works for the majority, but doesn't work for the few. Every violation you can think about, the Unity Party and President Boyka has committed this. Every violation that you can think about, they have committed it. But some of us try to turn a blind eye. In fact, we even try to bring all the nuances to justify it. That is not right. That is not right. I am no lawyer, and I would not pretend to be one. But when I see injustice, I recognize it. I do not know. Mr. Nubo, stick your deference. Mr. George H. Nubo.
You are the host, and you take more time.
You don't have to remind me about that.
You take more time.
Everybody on the show speak more. You take more minutes than I do.
A host would take. If you are not a guest. 5 minutes, Mr. Nipper take 5 minutes, you will come and take 40. Claudia take 5 minutes, you will come and take 45 minutes.
You are not a guest.
No, that is not a way it's supposed to be done. I beg to differ. And you can come with all the innuendos. You did not come with when CDC was in power. Because you put a die-hard seditions. And now your government failed.
Let me remind the public.
No, I got it.
Let me remind the public.
I got it, Flo. Your government failed.
Now, Mr. George Nubo worked alongside me on the rescue screen.
Failure to the highest power. CDC. And CDC every day they say they're coming back. Is that not campaigning? Yet you want Congress say the law that say 2%. If you read 2% in two conservative election, you will not take part. Anti-Gongo is fighting it. Is that not campaigning for 2025 or 2029? You're doing all these things here, and you're ignoring them. So, why people that follow will not be going around or jumping up.
You cannot say, you must stick to the people and say what Fala did was campaigning and is in violation of the law. But you can't say that. I don't know why.
No. I don't think it was in violation of the law. I don't think so. He's a free man in a free country. A free man in a free country. You remember the youth of Allen presidency, YEP. You remember there was a group here. You remember Nakido had a group for Allen presidency. 2005, and the youth for Allen presidency at the University of Liberia. I was there. The main speaker was Gafuan. I was there, and it was not campaign time. Campaign are not open. So yeah, I mean. You're scared of you're scared of the puppy or fear the puppy or what? Joe Barker want to run though. And Bill Feed, I know he can make it. Let him run. And Trump want to run for third part or third time. If the Constitution allows him, let him do it. So don't be crying or sour grave or this and that. So I beg to differ with everything you say here.
Already, thank you.
Okay.
Now go to Claudia.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm gonna be the one to drop the ball. At least tonight. Let me drop the ball. This conversation alone could stop a lot of people from eating. What you're seeing is not a campaign stunt. What you're seeing is the scene of how people eat out here. This is what we've come down to. This is how we eat. When we see someone of prominence in a car, we know their cars. They can pass here. I can be asleep. I know the sound of their car when they're passing. I'll come outside. Oh, honorable. Oh, I start chasing behind him. The next person will follow. The next person will follow. It's a listing of people. Because whatever he puts out of that car, whether it be $100, $20, we who behind the car, each will split it in the middle and we'll walk away and we'll go and we'll eat. The start of this year, on so many posts on Facebook, we saw aspirants saying that campaign has officially started. Nathaniel McGill came in Marshall a couple of months ago, about 5 or 6 months ago, and he had over 300 youth, motorcyclists behind him. They didn't have McGill, vote McGill, no. They had drive safely. These flight jackets, vest, drive safely. That was the logo on it. And they were behind him from head to toe, from community to community, village to village, town to town. And it was not a campaign, but we know it was. Because like he said, he wanted Marshall to know that since he got elected, he never came back to say thank you. And he was coming back to say thank you. And he said thank you, and everyone was satisfied.
Please send a clip into IG.
The promises that he had made, he came and he fulfilled those promises and engaged those promises. And we saw it all over the place. We see it every day. Aspirants putting out posters. Hey, I'm going to partake. Hey, I'm this. They're opening little intellectual places, ambassador places, and all of that. What you're seeing is just people trying to eat. It's not a campaign stunt. They're just hungry. They're running behind him because he just so happened to pass. They saw a car. They said, let's show the man loyalty. Let's maximize and see he going slow. Let's be behind him small. When he stopped, you the elder, you go to him and say, he gonna drop a small thing. That's how it's done. That's how they eat out here. So by trying to make this out of an issue, are you in a position, I beg to differ, to feed all those people? Really, are you in a position? We cannot take away from the hungry or the hunger. We have to let due diligence continue, okay? Because that's how everyone is surviving. Trust me. That's all I have to say.
Already. But here's before I go to Mr. Nippy, here's my question though. I'm very practical, and so I'm not going to dismiss this. I also frown Mr. Nubo. I also frown on Mr. McGill. First of all, McGill is a deadbeat. I don't care about what he does. You know what I mean? If he put 10,000 in the street, yeah, it's a violation. That's what it is. Yes. McGill, the way doing because Joe We Are, without Joe We Are, he's nothing. He has to hang on somebody cocktail to be something. So we know that. But it doesn't negate the fact that he's in violation. So
I have to beg to differ. He came out here and he clearly stated and is recorded that he hasn't spoke to George Ware in a very long time. Okay. So it's not George Ware. It wasn't like I noticed him taking a whole bunch of people saying, man, I can't follow me. No. He came with these vests, said, look, you guys need to start riding safely because I was seeing publications about Marshall Road accidents. We've been advocating. My son had an accident. There were 5 that had it. 1 person passed away. And I literally went from door to door, from senator to representative of this county and this district to ask them, why are there no street lights along my road? My son literally almost died. And I demanded them that they treat him because you didn't stand to your part of your bargain that caused our community to vote for you and put a light there. There's no street light. My son could have died please treat him. It was a demand. It wasn't even a question about it. It was a demand. Treat my son. You know what I mean? And he looked at the things that were happening when he became senator and had to tell people thank you. And those people that he went and reached out to would join the train. Bro, let's follow behind him. And we're going to the next village. Maybe we'll get small things. It's all about feeding. And like I said, we know it's not hidden that everyone is in a campaign spirit and they're campaigning in the rights of the guideline, because I haven't seen anyone being summoned to a National Election Committee in violation of any of the sort.
Okay. Yes, but again, I beg to differ, Madam Claudia. I know. Do I have any proof that he's doing? He's been asked to do it by former President Weah. No, I don't. But I know that the individual, Senator McGill, having bought his way to the Senate, will be just like any other Liberian if he was not attached to the name George Weah. That's it. That's just a fact. And if he said he hasn't talked to George Weah in such a long time, well, then this just proves my point. He's doing all that to get in the good graces of George Weah. He's trying to make himself look valuable in the eyes of the people around Weah and Mr. Weah himself. I don't think that's debatable, because we all know.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's just a fact. But to Mr. Nuba's point, I mean, no, I have. If CDC did it, I will tell you it was wrong. I have criticized CDC. I criticize all the political parties here. Nobody is above the law. That is my point, Mr. Nubo. Nobody, and nobody should be above the law. So I want to end on that. Let's go to Mr. Nippy for his take on this. Mr. Nippy.
Very, very well. Thank you so much, sir. Let me take you back because I know actually you were not born at the time. I'm taking you back to a very, 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 very good story. There was a man who lived on Galley Street. His name was E. Dupening Lee. I don't know whether you've heard about Teresa Lee Sherman, who has a Teresa Lee Sherman Secretariat School. He lived between Galley Street and Center Streets, Galley and Center Streets. And we knew, like what Claudie said, we were trying to get our small chop. So by the time he comes down Basin Street, turning onto Galley Street, we're meeting right at the intersection. And we go with 1, 2, 3, look at Mr. Lee. 1, 2, 3, look at Mr. Lee. 3, 4, 5, look at Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. Ah, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. Ah, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. In the context of that, I would not say we were running campaign for Mr. Lee, but he was an honorable man, a decent old man, visited all the houses on Galley Street, Center Street, Ronald Street. And so we, the children, were fond of him. And that's how sometimes we got our little recess money to go to school. I don't know what you call that, a pre-season political campaign. I don't know what you call it. A pre-season political campaign. And then Mr. Cummings is moving all around.
Well, I beg to differ on that point.
But let us soup be cooked so you can have the best meat inside.
Nah, but maybe my where we put the food game.
No. That means you come to take one leg bable, and I know you leg bable. Mr. Cummings is all around town, including Mr. McGill. And I've seen Tiawa Gonglo. He continues to campaign. Yes. If you would call that campaign. Recently, he was in the Lee War contest. telling us that the logs were not exported, they could not be marketed, value could not have been added. We come to CDC in a similar manner that they have tried to show their ugly photo character in the public domain. CDC has planned a June something on our ex-chairman, Molu. And they are not telling us that it is political rather, but they are saying it is a demonstration. But who is demonstrating? Who is demonstrating? From which of the party do you have the demonstrators? It is from CDC. So, as it is up, so it is down. Here in the United States, we see, and Mr. Honorable Nubo brought that point in, we see the leadership of the Republican Party. Even in the Oval Office, he has his MAGA, Make America Great Again. And each and all of the cabinet ministers have that on their text. Now, if someone has a torchlight in his hand or her hand, if Claudine has a torchlight in her hand and the area is dark, and we are a group of people, whom do we follow? Do we follow the man who is going to the dark, or we follow the man who has the light? It is obvious, therefore, that we will follow the person who has the light. And so that's what politics is all about. That's what politics is all about. So I would not call that a pre-election campaign. I would try to give a nomenclature such as Claudia said, that people are fond of the senators, like they are fond of Tiawan Konkro, they are fond of Mr. Cummings and Mr. McGay, respectively. And so when they see their cars, their thoughts are centered on today, and if we can buy one piece of cassava to eat something. So I will not put all of those things together and say compositely they are running campaign. But of course they are political leader. I want to start right there.
Thank you. So we're almost coming to the end of the program tonight. I want to say this. So we were supposed to have Liberia Youth Cybersecurity Team on the way to, I think, Ghana for some competition. We were supposed to host them tonight, and we got the assurance that they were coming on set. By the time it's 7:17, it was 11:17 there in Liberia. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to have them on the set tonight. So I want to apologize to all of our viewers and listeners. This is radio. People want to come on, and sometimes something comes in between, and they have to reschedule, and sometimes they just don't show up. That's part of the business, and you roll with the punches. We say here in America, you just accept it and you move on. But I want to talk about our guest tomorrow. We're going to have with us Mr. the Honorable, very honorable man, Mr. Francis Chuchu Horton, as our special guest on the program. I will share with all of you some of the notes that he has shared with me, and it will be on the basis of that note, we'll start the discussion. But I'll share with you, once we leave live here. I just want to let the public know this one, there's no if and but about it. Now, unless something out of our control completely happens, but we are sure that Mr. Horton is going to be on set tomorrow. I'm going to put the flyer out early tomorrow so that we can push it around in various charts so that people are aware that he's coming on. We're going to be talking about, the economy, governance, and of course, resource management, from the past, the present, and we'll look into the future. All right, I wanted to say that, and then we'll repeat it when we end the show so that people are aware of it. He's a very, very, you will love Mr. Horton. He's a well-versed, gentleman. So it's going to be a great show tomorrow.
Is that a specific topic?
Yeah. As I'm saying, I will share some other things that you sent to me with you.
Oh, splendid.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now, having said, let's move on. So there is this thing, Mr. Nippet, that you put in the chat room. I didn't want to talk about it until you come on because you brought it up, and I wanted to do you the honor to introduce it, to talk about it, because it is very interesting. So you have here a story. You have here a story about a young female pilot, a young female fighter jet pilot from the country of Burkina Faso. And there's a story about it here, but I want to hold on to it until you introduce it to us and let us know why you think it's important for us to talk about it. Mr. Nippet?
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe in the empowerment of females.
Now we're finally done.
Surely so that most of my children are female. And I have a mantra for the females that says, if you educate the female girl and she has a child, the man will run away. If she's not educated, she'll be pulling that child along with her, begging from one place to another place. So my focus has always been, even though my boys are educated as well, but my focus has always been in demonstrating a true fatherly love for my girls, to make them to be potent wherever they go. So I ran across this girl. I just forgot her name, and there she's standing by this fighter jet, looking so majestic. The radiance of her face showed patriotism, loyalty to country, that she's going to be dutiful. She's concerned about the welfare of her country. That they have the Tuaregs in the part of Burkina Faso, between Burkina Faso and Mali. That belt is swamped by people who are rebels, and they have inundated the country. As a direct result of that, she made a conscious decision. I'm not going to hold a gun, but I'm going to fly over them and demonstrate that what a man can do, a female can do, even to the best of her abilities. That's number one. Number two, I thought to bring it on set so that our females can be encouraged. Our government can be encouraged to elevate its military from just holding an AK-47, a GMG, and RPG, and demonstrate its potential in the air. Because I see on the horizon, I see problem. And the problem can be contained, it can be minimized. An air reconnaissance will serve as a panacea to anything that will come up in the future. And that's why I thought to put it into the chat room. So if it is possible, the radio morning show can talk about it. If Burkina Faso is doing this, and it's female, one of us female, and there have to be several. I think they just decided because she might have been one of the first, or this elite group of fighters. And so they tried to put her into the newspaper. And that would demonstrate to our girls, our female, that they too can do it. If Burkina Faso can do it, if Ghana can do it, if Guinea can do it, if Libya can do it, Liberia, the oldest independent country in Africa, can certainly do it. But the same is ongoing in Ethiopia. It's ongoing in Kenya. And so that's why I put it in the place. With that said, I think we can begin the conversation around why Liberian females should be interested in this Air Force piloting business. And even I come down a little, they could do it in aircraft because the Kenya women are now flying the Kenya airplane. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Napier. Thank you very much. Mine, sir, I saw it and I said it is newsworthy, and we must talk about it because, as you said, these are stories that we don't highlight enough, as a stimulant to what we would want to have done in our own country. You can't be reaching for some. We can't wish something to happen. You got to make it happen. And to see that Burkina Faso, and you like you rightfully said, even Ghana has female pilot. They do fighter pilot. I don't know if we ever had one in Liberia. I don't know. But so let's talk about this. Let me just read what it's saying here. What the news is reporting. This is from History and Legacy Africa Post. It's a neat Burkina Faso's newest fighter jet pilot. As Burkina Faso continues to strengthen its national defense, more women are stepping into key positions within the country's security forces. From intelligence roles to military leadership to aviation and national security, women are increasingly being entrusted with responsibilities that were once dominated by men. That's a key point right there. For many young girls across Burkina Faso, seeing a woman become a fighter jet pilot sends a powerful message. Don't disagree at all. There are no limits to what you can achieve when given the opportunity. Absolutely. The future of a nation is strongest when all of its talent, men and women alike, are allowed to contribute. Do you think more African countries should encourage women to take leadership roles in defense and national security? That is right there. You like Mr. Napier described, you see her very charming looking, very young. I can tell you that she's probably not more than 25 years old. But yes, the article asks two questions. First of all, it encourages there's no limit to your ability to achieve when you give an opportunity. And do we think women should be given an opportunity to serve? Let me bring this down so we can begin the conversation. I think the question we should be asking now is, How many women are there in the Liberian, armed forces? First and foremost, how many women are there? We saw the recent recruiting efforts. I have to really appreciate the government for doing what it did recently with recruitment exercise. They got to come back though. I'm hoping you guys agree with me. They got to come back to let us know, the level. I mean, the women. There were more women that participated in the recruitment. Something excellent in the reading exercise, but did they follow through? Did they complete the training and went into proper, military exercise and and recruitment? Did it go through that process, or somebody just fell along the wayside? That happens. We know it happens a lot. So we need to know how much women are there in the Liberian Armed Forces, and are there any that are training for such a combat role? The one thing we need to do. But if not, then we want to encourage the government to start to think along that line. I don't think we do have an Air Force now. I don't think we do. And if we do, they probably are not equipped with, like Burkina Faso, with jet, fighters and other, combat helicopter and all that other stuff. I don't think we do. I've not seen it. If we do, that would be great. But how many are they? And maybe we need to start thinking along the lines. I don't believe in, especially in Africa, militarization. I don't personally believe in that. Of course, we need people in the army. You need people to be, keep the security internally. But to arm you for what? Who's going to fight you? No, I don't believe in that stuff. That is not where I want to go. But you need to have at least some contingency plan, just in case. And so I would appreciate if we can give at least one or two, maybe five pilots, a pilot, to be able to, man our jet or helicopter that we may have. Because these things are expensive. I'm telling you no lie. Very expensive to have in your arsenal or as part of your weapon systems. They are not for countries like Liberia. We don't need it. It's very, very expensive. But we took pride in the fact that there's a young African female. I know Mr. Nubo is ready to differ with me. He coming on the camera.
You have 5 seconds left.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, you pulling that information, Mr. Nippin, because we need to celebrate her. She's young.
You have 5 seconds left.
And the armed forces and the Air Force of Burkina Faso for recruiting this very young woman. We appreciate that. We want to see more of that. Thank you so much for putting that information on.
Okay.
No, I'm not coming. I'm going to Mr. Nippy. Hold on one second. I'll come to you.
You want Mr. Nippy? Mr. Nippy was the last person who spoke. And Mr. Nippy will take 1 year again.
Go ahead, Mr. Nippy.
I was just introducing something that I put in the chat room.
Yeah.
And
I
think it went on 2 minutes.
We are
now you come to take almost.
We appreciate it, and we want to swallow that and digest it, before it comes back to you.
Yes.
That's a good post.
All right. I know that's some tabadoo in it, right?
Yeah, tabadoo in it. And dry one too. And pan butter in it.
With kittle all.
Kittle.
Bitter roots.
Bitter root. The one they call case meat.
Oh.
And all inside.
Yeah. All inside.
We used to have Air Force. Maybe Mr. Nippy will tell us how old was our Air Force. And when Brandon Samuka was minister, I asked him, I said, "Oh no, we don't need Air Force." I said, "What about Navy?" He said, "We don't need it. We don't need Navy." So they play toy drone that costs less than $100. If we even had Air Force in Liberia today, they would not have had it. We have 2,000 military personnel, military people, and only 7.5% of them supposed to be females, 150. That is woefully inadequate.
Yes, absolutely. Woefully inadequate.
And Liberia had never had a fighter jet before. And this the country that gained its independence in 1841, 47.
Okay, repeat that again, please. Liberia had never had an Air Force?
We have never had a fighter jet.
Oh, fighter jet, okay.
Yes. And maybe we'll never have it, within the next 20 years. Because you have to organize the Air Force and like turbo time or door time, or have these small air taxi, where they train the pilots. How they used to train them. I know that for sure.
I mean, one of my uncle was a pilot, a military pilot.
Okay.
I don't know what a fighter, but I know he was a pilot.
One of my relatives were going through the training to become a pilot, and he became a pilot.
Mm.
Yes. So we are behind. And I'm trying to be kind to Liberia when I say 20 years. Maybe, maybe 50 years before we start dreaming about even a drone.
No, I think given the technology now.
What is it?
Given the technology that's on the market now,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should close that gap. It may not be 10 years.
We should. Who will close it? Are you defense minister?
Okay, is the defense minister who is thinking ahead, who has heads on his shoulder, will think faster.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, but we are far from there. We are far from there. Mm-hmm. And I have to recircle back to where we were. All these great examples are coming from Burkina Faso. But we are accepting people from Burkina Faso as refugees in Liberia.
Oh, God.
So it's weird. Very weird.
Are we
and you call them, and you call these people, they pretty woman, energetic woman in that country was given the opportunity to learn how to pilot a fighter jet. And then some people, some farmers, some sister, farmers enter Nigeria and say they are migrant economists. I mean, actually, sometimes you can trivialize the whole discussion. Seriously, I'm very serious.
No, I just become practical. Maybe you don't see it.
No, you can trivialize the whole discussion. So, but I want to stop there. Let Honorable Nippy come.
All right.
He brought the great topic on.
Mm-hmm.
Let him, expand on it. And maybe you can explain to him how you call these people migrant or economists, migrant workers or value-added workers when they are stealing our minerals, when they are...
You give me 5 minutes, I'll be coming back. Let me go somewhere quick. 5 minutes, be talking. I'll give you more time. I'll come and just now.
Okay, I'll rest my...
No, I'm going to tell one now. He already said...
No, that means a nipple time. You blew your case.
Let me make a point because you brought something up, and then maybe you can come back. You see that beautiful pilot that we're referring to?
You want me to come back now, Mr. Nippy?
No. I said let me make my point. Then maybe you can come back.
Who can come back? Me?
Yeah.
Because when you make your point, I will come back to make my point.
Yeah, because
Mr. Nippy.
No, Mr. Nippy said he's running somewhere. He coming, so you want to say?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So the point I'm making here is that I said, and Lekula Fofana said, and I know you're trying to beat on her for saying that, but she's stating the facts. And I can corroborate what she said because I have seen videos to that effect. There are videos out of BIE district in Grangeda County where there are a number of Burkina Faso, Burkinabes living. They called them out in the town. I think they wanted to know how many of them were in the town. And from the people that showed up, they were all young people. All, I'm not saying majority, I mean all in totality. All young people that were there in the group with their wives. And some had children. What I am saying is that out of those numbers, or out of that number, somebody could emerge. Somebody could emerge, Mr. Nubo, to their full potential and become a noble citizen. Your nuclear scientist, your mathematician, your engineer, your best soccer player, your best carpenter, fix some of the beautiful furniture you ever seen on the face of the earth that blows your mind. Some of the best farmers that discover new crops, that understand the soil, and be able to teach our people how to follow, the cultivating seasons based on, the soil type. These are things we're talking about. I am not putting them over the Liberians themselves. I am saying, just like every independent,
I'm back.
Hey, no, I have to respond to you.
Let me land on this note.
I have to respond to you before Mr. Nippy come back.
I have to land on this note that you come.
Yes.
I'm back already.
No.
Mr. Nippy, hold on. Let me land on this note.
You lost your chance.
Let me land on this note. So, just like
that, you too late, isn't it?
Too late.
Just like every independent group, migrant group. Every migrant group or tribe in. When I mean tribe, I mean tribe in the sense of tribal group. I mean like a group of people, from the same place that have gathered in the foreign land. They coalesce among themselves and they say, we are foreign in this land. And the only way that we can survive here is for our children or for some of us in this group to rise up and achieve the full potential so that they can become our leader.
I beg to differ.
This is where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
You're seeing in America here, Liberians in the American legislature. In fact, more Liberians are going into states legislature. We're seeing it all over the place.
I beg
New York,
to differ.
Minnesota, to Colorado, of all places. We have one here, the Liberian lady here from Colorado. Unbelievable. I was shocked. In the Colorado legislature. Now she's even trying to go to the U.S. legislature. Yes.
Actually, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Go ahead, sir.
So I want to differ with you.
Go ahead, differ with me.
We were here when we brought Mr. Johnson on.
Who is Mr. Johnson?
What the library?
Yeah, son of Leo Johnson.
Leo. Yes. And he talked about this Ghanaian boy that can send helicopters to pick up because he is brilliant in computer coding. And he was in Ghana now. And this brilliant lady, pretty girl, that Mr. Nippe brought about. Where did she learn how to pilot? In her homeland, Burkina Faso. We have, let's say, we can say 80,000 Burkinabes in Grenada. Where they are operating, can you name any school there? Any school that operating in a bush? Where would they educate themselves? Are you calling them economic migrants, you and Kula Fofana? All these people we're talking about in Africa, or when you talk about the how they call it, Namibia, they are twin sisters. One of my picking there, send me the picture. Who are pilots? Twin sisters. They learned that in their home. And these people here, they are dissident, loyal to Blaise Compaoré, and running away from the country that today we are worshiping in Hapo, or in not in Hapo, not in Zwedru, in Africa. We say, this is the country, this is the man who has a dream of Kwame Nkrumah. And the dissidents are running away, coming, and want us to pay them in Ivorian money or Burkinabe money, and this and that, blocking our officers entering or by way of hook or crook into Liberia. And those are the people that you want to preach for. I beg to differ. Mr. Nippe, you got the floor.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. I think your points are very sustaining. They make my day, not because of being xenophobic, but we're trying to make sure that we are not encouraging sleeping cells. Security, national security sleeping cells. Like a lady said, these people here, we are having grenade in their, we are encouraging grenade in our community. And she said that, I think, yesterday. And it's good for you to always go back on that, because it is important for our safety, the safety of our land, the safety of our economy. You don't let a stranger come to your cassava farm, root up all the cassava and take it to his home. One of the guys that stranger is coming to plant more cassava. And money is something, when you empower people financially, they can do a whole lot of things. And we've seen it right in Liberia. But let me go back on the topic about the Burkina Faso jet pilot, the female Burkina Faso jet pilot. I recall the army has a section that they call WAC. It's a women army or auxiliary army company, something like that. of the armed forces of Liberia. And if the defense ministry is listening to us, we will be suggesting that they start doing a drafting exercise of young men and women between the ages of 18 to 25, at least 300 to 500 persons from each county. And the Liberian Air Force, we have had an AFL, they used to call that reconnaissance. And the reconnaissance effort was headed by General Albert White. He had his farm somewhere in
Grand
no, Carisburg.
Oh, okay.
Colonel Albert T. White.
Okay.
Okay. And in that arrangement was Colonel Arthur B. there. Arthur D. B. there. Then we have, he's from Grand Crew County. We have Captain Prince Page. We had Captain Alfred Weiss, Colonel Setro, who died. And those were the people who were forming the Armed Forces Air Force with the view of elevating it to a fighter status. I don't think it is late. I think we are the best on the continent. When our ladies can go for it, our young boys can go for it. And that's why I'm strongly suggesting that the Secretary of, we used to call them the Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense start thinking about recruiting people. Instead of recruiting people and drafting them. And I hear our distinguished brother say he doesn't think. But if somebody can come across your territory because they feel that they are 15,000 people strong and you are only 2,000, and then you start to think critically, constructively. And then you start asking yourself, what do I do? I think the president is thinking along those lines, and I applaud him for that thought. But being the kind of man he is, he goes about doing anything quietly. So I know for sure he's thinking. So we have to do drafting. Depending on the county side, we take more people from that county. And then we enlist them in the armed forces of Liberia. On the training of female pilots, we have friendly countries around the world that we could approach. One of them being Germany, Italy, France, and the United States of America. We could broadcast them. Say for instance, we got 200 persons to train as pilots. So we start engaging these friendly countries, and they tell us we can train your pilots and we'll give you aircraft. So if they're going to train the pilots, for instance, Germany and give us 10 aircraft, that means they got 10 persons trained already. They give us 10 aircraft. France is going to train our people and give us 5 aircraft, or 15 aircraft. By the time you look, we will be having potential, and we will be equal with the likes of Ghana, the likes of Ethiopia, the likes of all of the other countries. Intermittently, you will hear my grandson. He's a little smart little guy. So what he's doing his lesson, sometimes he shouts out of control. So I hope we can know that, so we cannot say, oh, Mr. Nippes, there's something in your background. So I think there's a way out, there's a way to do it. All we have to do begin the process now. There is a tornado
a safety net she had built with her own.
at the frontier of the Republic of Liberia, or on the frontier of our
She
country.
wasn't careless with it, not even
And
close.
this is why I'm coming
She made a
with this
decision early
point.
on that most people
And
never
that's why I was encouraged
She built the
to
account,
put in our child room
including
the
herself,
female
to
parlor.
access it easily.
So we go to Grand Gila, we take 200 people from there.
Protect everything she had worked for.
Once we can engage the friendly countries of the
Walk
world,
her front door and feel safe.
definitely they'll be willing to
And then
train
there
our
are people
people.
who
And I
lock
want
the
to
door,
just stop
bolt it,
right
chain
there.
it, and remove the handle.
Thank you.
Courtney White was.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we got 7 minutes. 6 minutes to go, gentlemen. Mr. Nubala here, you got close up on you.
Oh, so we wrap up close
Let me-
now.
Huh?
We wrap up close up.
Yeah, because we got 6 minutes to go. Let me go further. You can follow.
Vacation.
And we're taking 2 minutes each.
Withdrawal slip.
It was a good show. Yeah, it was a good show.
Okay.
I want to apologize to the listening audience. You know, we did put a flyer tonight that this group was coming over to be our special guest tonight, but unfortunately they didn't show up. That is the nature of the business we do. You know, people try to take off on the busy schedule, but sometimes that schedule don't allow them to do so. And so they forfeit, you know, their appearance on the show. But we want to, in spite of that, I want to apologize to you, the viewers and the listeners. But tomorrow we have a very, very exciting show coming up. We have a special guest, very, very well abreast, in the persons of Mr. Francis Chuchu Horton, who is going to be with us tomorrow. And now, I don't know, Mr. Nippy and Mr. Nubo, whether he's going to spend the whole time with us. I got to ask him about that, and I'll put it in the flyer when I send the flyer out. But if he's not going to spend the whole time with us, we do have a standby guest. Well, not standby, another guest who we're trying to move to Monday. But if Mr. Chuchu Horton don't spend the whole time with us, we want to be able to slide him into that slot. But I think he is the Secretary General of Liberty Party. You know, we're trying to bring him on, Mr. Kula. Well, all the same, you know, whatever, however it works.
Which Kulana?
Let me see if I can find his name here. Well, you know another Kula?
No, California. I do like GSC Kula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, interesting guy. He have comments and yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Martin Kula.
That's his name, Martin Kula.
Yeah, bring him on.
That's Martin Kula, yes. Yeah, that's Martin Kula, yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For my closing, I say, I know we are maybe 20 or 50 years away from improving our Air Force. And even, bringing female in the military. Currently, we have about 150. So, what if we say, we should have 1,500 recruited? And if we are doing it by population, 547 supposed to come from Masurado County, 178 from Nimba, 134 from Bone, from Lofa 105, from Mangibi 87, from Basalt 84, from Grand Gator 62, from Cape Mount 51, from Maryland 49, Sino 43, River G 36, go down all the way to River 6 26.
What are you basing?
That is based on the 2022 census report.
Okay, but how does that relate to the armed forces and the quota you give?
No. You recruiting people. You do that on population. You doing development. You do it based on population, and that is based on the census, regardless of how tainted that 2022 census was. I know some people were celebrating, but that's what we have now.
I'm a guy. Let's look at this, Mr. Numa. I'm a guy from Riverside.
Okay.
Hypothetical. I'm a guy from Riverside, and he said 20 recruits would have come from my county. What are you basing that on?
Riverside are based on the population of Riverside.
Okay, what's the percentage you're looking at?
The percentage of the population is 1.73% from Riverside.
Okay.
Bapolu 1.83.
Okay.
Grand Crew 2.08. River G 2.37. Bombay 2.55. Sino 2.88. Maryland 3.29. Grand Cape Mount 3.41. Grand Gator 3.13. So that way based on and Maserado, you find everybody there. That's the melting point.
Yeah.
So that 549 will also include people from these counties here.
I want to also put that there to give them a detailed information.
Yes.
So you started reading the number, so I didn't know how you got it.
Yeah. I mean, some of you who claim that you're from Monrovia, that Liberia is Monrovia. Monrovia or Maserati is 36.59%. That amount to 549 personnel, Army personnel coming from Maserati County.
Right.
I don't know how many of them will come from New Cruton. I don't know how many of them will come from Bushel Quarter. How many of them will come from West Point? So there are all these Zuba Town. There are all the counties will meet. And you go, you check it seriously. The proper muscle ridings, they might not even read 15%.
Well, look. Is there a proper muscle riding?
And
is or are there a proper muscle riding? How do we call it?
Oh well, yes.
And who are they?
They are the Basel, the crew people. One of my relatives were telling me, he was asking me, he said, what you call dupo roll? You know what dupo roll mean? I said, no. He said that dupo, they call it football, but we call it differently. We're the river people that do river foot, that do boat road, not do boat road. So those people are still there. they are still there. We even though some of them got assimilated, and that's the same thing that happened to some people from all over the place. They got assimilated. So it would be hard to find maybe George Numu, who came from Maryland or from Purdue Circuit District 10 years ago. Maybe he was standing and saying, I'm not a proper Maserati. You're the IG people who were there before they walk in and say, that we are playing here.
That we are playing here. Okay. Thank you, Mr. George Newell.
So let me close there.
Okay. Mr. Nippet, I get 2 minutes, sir, and so we can go.
Mr. Nippet going to sleep.
Answer from Chase.
I don't eat.
We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah?
And the reason wasn't complicated. It came.
We had a very good show, and
policy buried inside.
we came from the Liberian border, and I want to include the Guinean and Sierra Leone borders as well,
Unauthorized transactions. 30
because they are all part of the Mano River Union.
30 days.
And what happened on one side could affect the other side.
Outside the reimbursement period.
So it is both
been happening for more than
a political matter, and
the window had
it can be handled bilaterally
again and again.
through the ECOWAS
In those windows, Chase
authority,
the liability did not rest.
as was made
why this policy exists.
in the document that formed ECOWAS.
To monitor their
And that is why we have one passport,
stops.
the ECOWAS passport.
The faster unusual activities reported.
The migrants of Burkina Faso are coming. It's a serious problem for our
But
country.
here's the practical lesson.
And I think the government is trying to
enroll in transactions.
put this team together to see how they can address it.
Not tomorrow. Now.
Again,
Review
it's a bilateral kind of
month. Even
conversation,
you barely touch.
because it's a policy matter.
You barely
Of course,
touch. Because the
with the security. Then we have this young man who shot himself in the foot.
Anyone to help you.
Mr. Kuyate.
The hardest possible way
Mr. Kuyate issue is about grandstanding.
was not coming back.
You are not representing
Since that
Samora Mashe.
the case is still
He
unresolved.
was now
The most
He was now representing General Rulings.
and it may stay that
He was now representing Dumuya. He was now representing Amaka Cabra, nor Marcus Gabi. He just went swinging, and diplomats don't talk that way. So it was ethical.
The recordings have been
Ethical problem.
long before anyone knew to look.
Then we came
So
to
the person or people who walked into
people
that
campaigning.
dozens of times, who presented false.
And we mentioned about the CDC plan, June campaign. We see Tiawan Congo. We see Cummings. We see McGill. And the two gentlemen that you need.
White says
Whether they are positioning themselves earlier, we don't know.
2 decades
But we think they because of the pocket being empty. So that's why they are doing it.
Not by a data breach.
And to buttress my point, I brought in E-Deepening League,
By someone who simply walked
whose car we used to run behind, and by the time we took him to his house opposite the Somerville's on Gale Street,
just a person.
he would take out $10 and give it to her. We all would go into euphoria and start jumping up.
Claimed to be someone they were not.
Then we came to the lady with the jet pilot from Burkina Faso.
And again.
Be that as it may that we are having migrants, there is one lesson to learn.
By the time
That our female can do the same thing.
there was nothing left to find.
Our female can be captain
2001.
of ship,
Over time, she
like
worked
in
for
Ghana,
winters.
like in
Not all
Nigeria.
she gave up.
They can be fighter pilots, like in Kenya, now in Burkina Faso, Ghana,
To stand on.
and Nigeria, respectively.
And somewhere out there,
So I had a way of looking at it that we need 500 persons from each of the county. Where do we start the recruitment? We do it right in the school. We do it right in the school, and we start to draft young men. All we got to do is send our application forms. The military send their application forms in the school. The problem with those young men, while they're in junior high school, they're in William V. Stockman High, that the Army is going to make sure that they support you until you graduate from high school, and then you are enlisted in the Army. And if we did that 500 persons per county, we will be having 7,500 men at the end of the day. In that number, therefore, we can have at least 30 females who are pilot, or 10 females who are pilot, and we have 20 men who are pilots. So 10 plus 20, that's 40 pilot jet we have. And there are friendly countries right now who are willing to help us. Provider, the only provider will make those strategic moves. With that, I want to welcome the fact that we'll be having Honorable Francis Chuchu Horting, a very renowned banker, a distinguished public servant, to speak on and lay this matter of Kuyate to rest, so that people can say, oh, he spoke well, and the people think that because of the corruption basis. No, he went out of the ethical boundaries, and that's why he's being booted out. And we look forward to having Mr. Martin Kula as well, a very distinguished young man who graduated from the University of Liberia. It is my pleasure to thank you, and unfortunately we are not on the actual set, but I think we are on radio. If we are.
We're on radio. We're on all the platforms.
Oh, okay, excellent. And it's a pleasure to thank you for hosting as always. The energy you bring on this platform, the discussions that you bring. Mr. Nubo, I want to say thank you so much. Claudie, welcome. But I don't want to stop there. There are two important personalities that just as important as we are. So people can say, Amanda, we are now important too. I want to raise my hand up for Councillor D and to ask you to convey our warm wishes, get well soon to Councillor D. Mr. Kasser, we have not seen Mr. Kasser. Even if he can come 2 times a day, that will be fine. He can choose to come at 7 o'clock, that will be fine, as we have Claudie now.
Yeah.
And then we have not seen the veteran Smiths. You need to encourage the veteran Smith to come so that we can have a full house. With that, and without much ado, I want to say it was a splendid show, and thank you so very much.
Thank you so much as well, Mr. Nippet.
Thank you, Mr. Nepe.
Yeah,
and actually, if you are interested in a breakdown for Grand Gator, I can give it to you.
what breakdown?
The recruitment of the females, 1,500. Chin District 22. Kampala District 10.
For what?
Putu District. The 1,500 female I want for them to recruit for the military.
Oh.
I'm
not interested in that.
Huh?
I'm not interested in that, sir.
Oh, you're not interested in that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Why should I?
why not?
Because I don't.
Those are the boys. Your local government ought to make if that is the government policy. Those are the people local government supposed to make sure they recruit, but they will recruit everybody in Monrovia.
Yeah, of course. You know.
So
yeah. That's how it works.
No, that's why we'll be drumming it on this show. If we can even spend 10 minutes on it.
Right.
Let's look back to what happened to us a few days. We need approximately 15,000 or 20,000 people to be in the army. And it is doable from all of the schools to drafting. Therefore,
Be careful
the
what you wish
application
for.
out. Why?
Because you don't have the financial bandwidth. You can't
Oh
even
no!
pay the regular civil servant. Now
Mhm.
imagine you get military people who you can't pay on time. That's a time bomb.
Mhm.
The very
And,
security that
Well, you know,
and who is
this is
no,
why we're doing. No, this is
responsible
why
for that?
we're doing
That
incrementally.
is us.
Incrementally, we'll do it,
you don't
and that
have
will cause the government. Come in, Visa, right? And that will cause the government to slice some of the high expenditures. For instance, the $60,000 cars that people are riding around here.
if
So instead of
that's going to happen, it
60,000,
would have happened a long time ago, Mr. Nippy.
oh no, but when the baby crying, the mother will not pay attention, the father will not pay attention until the baby start crying and yelling.
People don't
What
cry.
happened to this ball? So we will have to drop it. That's what I'm saying. As long as we become the town crier, government is going to listen.
Now you see
But we
why
got to
some
do something
people
about
are
protecting
blaming,
ourselves.
but that's why some people are blaming President Boycott. Because these are
For
things
what?
that we all sang song about. All the noise that we could make about. We need to stop all the wasteful spending that really don't benefit the general public. How can you got no money going into infrastructure development? Nothing at all. Everything going to recurrence. 3 years going on. In fact, he keep increasing his current budget. It's supposed to be decreasing. Then what is it? If you want Liberia go in the right trajectory, that recurring budget has to come down so that it free up more money.
I agree.
But it can't ever.
But you see,
They built another layer on top
but
of what.
this is where we come in, Mr. Wright. We have a civil responsibility.
We do. That one is true. But
And contingent on our civil responsibility, we can be telling the government and asking them, go to Article 1. Article 1 gave us the power. We're not going to fight we're bringing an intelligent conversation to the president so that he can be protected and so that he leaves a legacy so that the country after him, it does not fall down, especially when you have migrants coming in droves. You see? So that's why we're making these suggestions. I mean, it's only a suggestion, and if the studio will allow us to take even 10 minutes, a total of 20 minutes or 30 minutes on the Burkina Faso issue, and then the recruitment of army personnel, that would be commendable, highly commendable. So with that said, I want to turn it back over to you, sir, and it's always a pleasure to salute our audiences. Thank you for the night.
Yeah.
Bye for
Thank
now.
you so much, Mr. Nippy. And on that note, we're going to stop right there. We're gonna do a little bit of hurdle tomorrow before the show.
Yeah, good night, George Noble.
And we're gonna do a little bit of hurdle tomorrow before the show. We're gonna call you and call Mr. Nubo so that we'll hurdle before we come on. Because I think Mr. Nubo and I spoke and he made a suggestion. We're talking off air. We'll do it tomorrow before the show, and we'll decide going forward.
But don't forget, if you can reach Mr. Day, Councillor Day and Councillor and what is his name? Cashel.
Yeah, Cassel's supposed to be on tonight. He said we could come up with 1 hour, but then we didn't get the guest, so I didn't send the link. But
and encourage Mr. Zaza too.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I think gradually they're going to come back full time. Gradually,
All right.
Yeah. mean, like I said, Zaza is already back. Of course, Claudia is back.
Mr. Wright was there yesterday, but he didn't show up today.
Today, yeah. I'll reach out to him and find out what's going on.
But here's what you could do. Here's what you could do, just as you did it with the shifting of the personnel. You could ask them when they would wish to come on, and then let them be fair to themselves, and say I can come on Tuesday and Friday. So we have the schedule Tuesday and Friday. They will come, and those of us who can afford to be here every day, then we can be here.
That's a great one. I would definitely get a commitment from them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So that will be the end of the program tonight. Thank you for coming. Chris is probably in the back there. I don't have to call him because it's 12. He probably, doing his thing. I'll just shut it down from here. So I'll see you guys. It was a good show. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you back tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye-bye.